Somalia's pirates strike again. Their take is too big for any treasury. The media watched, but did they understand? Next, on Global Pulse, a comparison of how broadcasters worldwide are covering Somalia.
Modern-day pirates have pulled off a brazen crime. They have captured an enormous and valuable ship,
a Saudi supertanker, the Syria Star,
loaded up with 2 million barrels of Saudi oil, valued at more than $100 million.
As the sensational capture of an oil tanker by Somali pirates plays out, news reporters understand that viewers might ask, why is this happening? So their stories often end like this.
The East African nation of Somalia is the problem. A lawless country, a failed state, and a breeding ground for pirates.
And the international community should be addressing what is said to be the key issue in piracy, political instability in Somalia.
But until these dangerous waters can be properly policed, the Somali pirates are sure to rule the waves.
Racked by war for 20 years, the current round of fighting began in the summer of 2006, when the rebel group, the Islamic Courts Union, conquered the already lawless nation. That fall, Ethiopia intervened, sending troops to fight with the Somalian government. They routed the rebels, but as France's TV5 reported in May 2007, the cost was high.
The end of the newest confrontation in Mogadishu. Arbitrary detentions, disappearances, and numerous abuses have been reported during these confrontations.
Here, intense fighting between Ethiopian army and Somali government forces against Islamist militants who control part of the country, including the capital.
The rebels continued to fight and train. Al Jazeera English went behind the lines to get their side in the conflict.
Deep in the bush of southern Somalia, defeated Islamic Courts fighters stay on the move. These are some of the men who last year were forced out of Mogadishu by the superior firepower of Ethiopian and Somali government troops.
By November 2007, the Islamists mounted a new assault on Somalia's capital, as the government's Ethiopian allies posed their own threat.
More and more civilians are killed. Ethiopian soldiers shoot them without any warning.
In the summer of 2008, the rebels and the government signed a ceasefire, but it was immediately ignored.
Somalia has been in a state of chaos since the collapse of its government in 1991. The peace deal signed this week is meant to end the fighting and lead to a withdrawal of Ethiopian troops from Somalia. But like previous agreements, it's failed.
Few journalists took the risk of chronicling the destruction of Somalia. The BBC was one exception.
Mogadishu is dying. The city has been emptied of people. They've fled what they see as a brutal Ethiopian occupation.
In today's power vacuum, Islamist forces stand poised to retake Mogadishu.
Now the opposition fighters are close to taking over the capital, Mogadishu,
while the pirates portray themselves as protectors of their nation.
We take every ship hostage, whether it's fishing boat or a tanker, we don't care. We are performing the role of Somalia's navy. How can I be criminal when I'm defending our seas?
When Islamists governed Somalia briefly during 2006, piracy rates fell. But now pirates are operating with impunity.
But for how long? According to India's Hindustan Times, the Islamists vow that when they take power, we will never allow those gangs to cause havoc in our waters. For Global Pulse, this is Erin Coker.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only US network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.